It's my pleasure to announce the Founders Scholarship dedicated to the memory of Karen Johnson for her involvement and continuous support of the IUG. Victor asked me to share some stories about Karen with you today, which I'm more than happy to do so. Karen first joined the staff of the University of San Francisco as a cataloger in 1984 and was promoted to systems librarian in 1995. She remained at USF throughout her career and retired as the systems head librarian in December 2017. She passed away much too soon in August 2019, just 1 month short of her 72nd birthday. When talking with my fellow past chairs, one common thread was prevalent. Karen was kind, welcoming, and always had a smile on her face. She was a wonderfully generous person who gave so much of her time and passion to the IUG. During her years at the Gleason Library at USF, she accomplished many things. She planned for, assisted in the selection of, and implemented the library system. As Kathy Wu, who worked with Karen for nearly 30 years, reminisced, she calmly and ably guided us through the RFP process. Karen had an affinity for the innovative system from the beginning, but she listened to all the input and researched everyone's questions and concerns. There was some disagreement, but we did end up selecting innovative. Considering none of the other systems evaluated exist today, this was just the first of many times that Karen would be proven right. Kathy continues, very early Karen became involved with the IUG and we all benefited greatly from that collaboration. I believe Karen found, quote, her people at IUG. She loved the concept of librarians and vendors collaborating closely. She loved the close association with like-minded people who shared her enthusiasm for the endless possibilities of technology, enhancing the library experience, and she loved having fun with her peers. She never missed an IUG conference, worked tirelessly to help make them successful, and always had enough energy at the end of a long conference day to meet in the hotel lounge for a drink and a chat. In 2013, she was recognized for her work with the IUG when she was presented with the Beacon Award, IUG's highest honor. I became familiar with Karen during my time on the IUG steering committee and was introduced to her by past chair Fred Gertler. Karen first served as a member at large when I became chair in 2000. The following year was the IUG's 10th anniversary, and we knew that we wanted to do things up big. Karen and I put our collective creative skills together and masterminded the 10th anniversary gala. While we both worked together on the evening program and fashion show, Karen devised the beautiful memory book that was given to members to commemorate the big occasion. She collected interviews from past and future chairs and listed meetings that were held even before the formal IUG conferences began. She was organized and had a love of recording the group's history. We sometimes refer to Karen as the accidental chair. She had left the steering committee for nearly a year when the vice chair suddenly resigned. Chair Ann Myers was able to convince her to take on the vice chair's responsibility of organizing the programs for the upcoming conference. It was in Boston in 2004 that Karen became the chair. There was a contest between Vice Chair Carol Wu and Karen to see who could accumulate the most ribbons on their badge. I think Karen won by maybe 1 ribbon. It was also in Boston that Karen began the now famous IUG raffles. The first Crystal Awards were given in 2009, and those who had attended 15 IUG sessions were recognized for their service to the group. Karen was in this first class. The past chairs get together at the end of the IUG conference. We meet at an area restaurant to welcome the newest member to the group and to share stories that only past chairs understand. We're not only colleagues, but we're also a close group of friends. And the next two slides, two past chairs share their reminiscences about Karen.
Hello, I'm Fred Gertler, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to say a few words in memory of Karen Johnson. Karen and I were longtime colleagues and friends. We brought up our InnoPac systems at just about the same time in the early 90s. We were both very active in our local IUG and in the national and international IUG, both as presenters and as officers and as friends. She was smart, funny, kind, generous, thoughtful. She was a wonderful colleague and an even better friend, and I will miss her terribly. Thank you.
I first met Karen Johnson when I was a brand new IUGer. I had just finished my presentation on web customization when I saw two small figures striding down the ballroom aisle with purpose towards me. And I realized right away, these must be the Karens. I had heard about them, of course, even though I was new, and I was all set for them to challenge my recommendations. But instead, they were there to encourage me to run for steering committee. I was shocked and I was flattered, and I eventually did run for steering committee and eventually became IUG chair. Karen Johnson's reach extended far beyond her presidential term, with all of those well-placed words of encouragement, her smile, and her hearty laugh. She did more for our organization throughout her career than most of us will do in a lifetime. We'll miss you, Karen.
As we all know, it's not all work at the IUG conference. There's also food, receptions, and, well, more food. Some of us remember the high point of IUG conferences as the dinner Karen organized at a local Ethiopian restaurant. Wherever the conference was held, she, with the help of her husband Laku, would find the best Ethiopian restaurant in town. The communal eating and the injera were always a treat. I concur with Kathy Wu's summation that Karen was a good friend, a great conference buddy, and fun to be around. She would be thrilled with this honor that you, her people, are giving her today.